First, I want to say, I think that we're best served as a community when we focus the discussion about projects on the individual specifics of the project. And I've noticed a pattern where often in appeals, we start to debate whether or not our city should grow, and it is growing. And we make a lot of statements, particularly, in the community meetings that happened before this moment. There's kind of this debate about renters and neighbors, and it's just getting more and more heated, especially in the neighborhoods of Ward 10, where we are seeing a lot of growth pressure and development. And I just want to remind everyone that, I think those are important conversations, but then we have to make a decision about a specific project in a specific neighborhood on a specific street. And so I think sometimes they get conflated, and people are emotional about their homes and where they live in their neighborhoods, and that's all okay. But we're talking about one building on one, a couple parcels in a commercial district in Uptown that's on a rapid transit corridor in a very walkable part of town, which is on the same block as pretty tall buildings, the home that was referenced earlier, and which will continue to see more proposals for development and growth. The commercial corridor at this node has all single-story buildings, and there's over the next 10 or 20 years, there certainly will be many more proposals for new housing here if the housing market continues in the direction that it's going. And as a city, we have said we want to grow along commercial corridors and transit corridors. So the development community would likely look at our plans and say that this is the place that we've said we want to grow. Of course, we can change that if we'd rather not grow along transit corridors in a new comprehensive plan update. This is the kind of project that I often hear my constituents want. When a 6-story building is proposed that has over 100 units, people say we want smaller buildings that are more this scale. So the question is, how big should the building be in this spot? The developer could build this building if we denied the FAR variance. The rents would go up. So that's just a question for each of us to ask. I think that this project is well designed. We've heard from some neighbors in this neighborhood, in my entire ward. Everyone's tired of me hearing about this. My ward is 80% renter. There is a lot of support for new rental housing in my ward. I campaigned on that. I got elected twice on that issue. It's just a fact in the 10th ward. And you didn't hear those voices today, but they're out there in the community.